Us as blacks, we need to ban this Jeffrey Dahmer movie. This is some sick shit. What he did to our race. This is some sick shit. We need to boycott this damn movie off Netflix. This is sick. This is sick. The victim family should be getting paid off every dollar Netflix made. This is fucking sick. We need to ban this Jeffrey Dahmer movie. This is some sick shit. It's sick.
The King's back! Thank y'all once again for tuning in to the one and only Blake Check. It's the culture commentator, King Blake, tapping in more content for your head top. Now, as we just saw, Boosie is outraged. All right, maybe he just saw the Dahmer series that is on Netflix right now. It's very popular right now. They're saying it's one of the top 5 highest grossing or highest viewed Netflix series, up there with Stranger Things and Squid Games was the one that I was thinking of actually. And people have had some very appalled reactions, as you would expect. This show, for those who haven't seen it, is about Jeffrey Dahmer, the serial killer who preyed on the homosexual community, specifically the blacks. He had at least I want to say 14 or more black victims out of his 17 victims that he attacked and ultimately lost their lives. So of course there's gonna be a lot of outrage. I think, let's just break this down. I think Boosie does have a great point when he says that the victims should be profiting every dollar. I don't understand how anybody else can make any profit from all of these horrific things that happened, especially because this thing has been overdone. There is about, at least between movies, there's about 5 Dahmer movies and series, and then you have about 3 other specials, so it's about 8 works out there just specifically dedicated to Dahmer. Now sure, you would say if you have any person in history that is that controversial and doing things that are so crazy, like there's probably just as many, if not that much more, things on Hitler and things like that. So when we have this fascination as a society with the unbelievable and the outrageous, so somebody with a story like Jeffrey Dahmer's, and you also have people like John Wayne Gacy, those type of things are like so unbelievable and so outrageous that people are drawn to it. And because of that, Hollywood continues to revisit and remake those type of works, because that's what pulls the people in, obviously due to the numbers that I cited earlier. Also, just a little factoid I'd like to add: did you know that the movies Psycho, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Silence of the Lambs is all about the same killer? I just learned that recently. Right? So, as black people, Boosie feels we should protest and boycott the movie, which, has some merit to it. You can understand how that portrayal can be very upsetting to a lot of people. I know I recently saw that there's LGBTQ advocates who pulled to have that LGBTQ tag removed from the movie because of that negative association, which I find interesting. But that is what he was, right? He was a gay man who I've seen interviews with him saying that it wasn't about it being black people, or it wasn't about it being hate. It was just about he didn't want the people to leave his side. And it happened to be that he moved to area. This is what he was saying. I'm not no way, shape, or form justifying what he did or saying it wasn't attacking black people. This is just his version of events. That was where he was able to afford to stay, which happened to be in an area, where a lot of minorities, and that's who he preyed upon. So that's his ish. That's his side of the thing. Now the other side is that there are people who are not familiar, as we can see through a lot of the reaction to these stories. There are a lot of people who aren't as familiar in this generation with the Jeffrey Dahmer story. So it's being reintroduced for the first time to some. It's being reintroduced to some, and then for others, this is for the first time that they're being able to see this story, especially as graphic. I mean, there's people who couldn't make it past the first couple episodes. It's really intense, really graphic. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. Personally, I understand, like I said, why Boosie is so appalled and why he has such a visceral reaction to this. It makes you wonder if this was something that happened to members of other communities, would this be such a widely marketed and dispersed film, and also would there be so many different variations of it? And you just also have to wonder who's ultimately profiting off of this. And hopefully the victims' families are going to receive some type of compensation, because this is something that stands to make a whole lot of money, right? So I don't know, man, what y'all think? The series is out on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Like I said, highly controversial. And some people have even tried to say that with what Boosie does as an entertainer and the type of music that he puts out sometimes about killing people and things like that, that he shouldn't be in a moral position to judge, even though he doesn't actually kill people. But that's just some of the stupid rebuttals that you see out there. What's your thoughts, man? King Blake, food for thought. Y'all do the dishes. I'm out of here. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back with more content shortly.